Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I hope everyone is having an amazing Friday. I know I am. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on my Fact Friday. This is an exciting weekend for me. It's my daughter's birthday weekend, so we are going to kick off that celebration. But as always, I have got to come on here and just give back. This is just my way of giving back to my followers, the community, and also helping women and young girls that follow me on Facebook and on all my pages and on Instagram, just to give back some information. I have a passion for the beauty industry. I say all the time, I am 20 years vested in this beauty industry, and I absolutely love it. It's not only been my career, it is absolutely my calling. And it just brings me great joy to be able to bring information and just nuggets of and jewels to share with you all, and just so you learn different ways to take care of your hair. Our natural hair, especially, there is just such a stigma with wearing your natural hair. I mean, now it has become a fad, and that's great. But for many, many years, we have struggled to just wear our hair and be our authentic selves. And I'm seeing more of that now. Most people that know me know for years, if you know me from college, you know for years I wore extensions in my hair. And it was, for me, it was a form of expression, but it was also a way that I did not have to deal with my natural hair. And I have found that over the years, the young girls that I've done, that I've had sit in my chair, even up to older women, up to elderly women that have sat in my chair, I have noticed that even them having beautiful natural hair shy away from having to deal with your own natural hair. And I want to speak today on just psychologically how society has affected us and impacted what we think of our hair, and the best way to care for our hair, and also just how to deal with our hair in general, and to try to put into everyone and have you guys understand that you, as a person with natural hair, you are the closest to an expert of your own hair. I know we like to give our stylists tons of credit for leaving our hair beautiful and doing amazing styles on our hair, but I just want to let people know how important role you play in your hair. And today on my Fact Friday, um, this is coming to you from thebodyemporium.org. Make sure you guys are following that Facebook page. Like and share that page. Log on Fridays. You guys will be able to see me every Friday, and I just discuss different topics that I'm passionate about, because I think for many, we are lost when it comes to our natural hair. And so today, again, my name is Courtney Owens, and today I want to share with you just just a few nuggets of information that may help you in your natural hair journey. Some dealing with the psychological effects. I know for me, growing up, it was difficult. I grew up in a time where long hair was popular. And even though I loved my hair short, I had a hard time finding that inner self esteem to allow me to just be myself and wear my natural hair. And I know in part, a lot of that was due to the psychological effects that were put out there just about my hair. Um, so let me just hop right in to dealing with the misinformation. A lot of us started with popular magazines and commercials, and I remember one that stands out to me is the Herbal Essence commercial. It just mainstream media always put a stigma on things and had you thinking a certain way about your hair. So if you see that Herbal Essence commercial, she uses a certain type of shampoo and it gives your hair, you remember her doing that whole, and everybody in the commercial is like, I'll have what she's having. And if you were a young girl at that time and you had natural hair and you had an afro, that was not the way our hair reacted. And so seeing things like that would automatically put into your self-esteem that what's wrong with my hair? Something is wrong with my hair. Why doesn't my hair flow like this? And also with our hair care products, and I have done an extensive study on hair care products. Most of the hair care products today that are out on the market, they're getting a lot better, but for the most part, there are tons of products that are marketed towards black women hair. However, these companies are still white owned. They do not do the research that's necessary for our hair. And ultimately, the name, I'll just give you a few, for example, Dark and Lovely, Cara Care, Mizani. These are very popular products that are in every salon across the country. However, they are not the best products to use if your hair is natural. And using these products, you will tend to think, well, what's wrong with my hair? If I'm using a product that is supposed to be designed for black hair, I've had many stylists say, I'm using this and I can't understand why it isn't working on my hair. And I just want to go into that today and just dispel some of the misinformation about our hair. And first I want to start with it's in our minds. We've been psychologically programmed to think something is wrong with our hair. And I say that not to point fingers at the other hair care companies or anything like that. I say that because if you ever buy a product that is geared for your hair, think about it. If you go buy Herbal Essence shampoo or you buy Tresemme, the only thing on the bottle is it moisturizes. It leaves your hair feeling soft, manageable. But if you go to the store and you buy a spray or a twist gel, you will see things on the bottle like uh, anti-frizz, controls the volume, reduces puffiness, reduces frizziness. Even our very own products on the shelf unconsciously make us think something is wrong with our hair, that it has to be tamed, that it has to be managed. So to me, when I look at those words on a bottle, it makes me feel some kind of way because there is nothing wrong with my hair in its natural state. It is not untamed in an afro. My hair is not frizzy in an afro. That is the chemical composition of my hair. So to see a product that is for an afro that says it claims to tame frizziness, that is the essence of an afro. Frizziness is the essence of the afro. So psychologically, just reading the names on products, it infuriates me because it gives not only women, but even young girls a sense that our hair has to be tamed, it has to be controlled. And that leads you to believe that it's untamed or it's out of control. And that's just simply not true. So our hair is just chemically different. I mean, the chemical composition is the same, but the difference in our hair lies in the shape of our hair fiber. So the fact that there are so many coils and so many twists and turns and corners in our hair is what gives it the look that it does. Our hair reflects light a different way than a strand of straight hair. So therefore, the light when it hits it, it will give the appearance of that it's frizzy when that is not the case. That is just the makeup of our hair. But with that being the makeup of our hair, it also makes our hair a lot less, it makes it more brittle, if you will. A lot of times, if you see someone with an afro and their hair is super thick and super coarse, you will give the appearance that, oh, I need to use a lot of heat on their hair. I need to use a lot of product on their hair. And that's simply just not the case. A lot of times, someone with 4C hair that is able to wear their hair in that afro state, although our hair is thick and it may be coarse, that texture of hair is actually very, very fragile because of the many twists and turns and corners that is in one strand. So with that being said, it's having that knowledge of hair. That doesn't mean you need more heat. You actually need less heat. That doesn't mean that you need more product. You just need the right product. So in dealing with your own hair, you have to keep these kind of things in mind, because even if you go to straighten your hair and your hair is very coarse, you do not need that much heat to get that texture of hair straight. And the more heat you use on that texture of hair, the more breakage that you cause with that hair. So it's just having that education, so you know, even though hair is thick and coarse, does not mean you need more heat, more pressure. Actually, it means the exact opposite. So hair care ultimately starts at home with you. I know we give a lot of credit to our hairstylists, but in reality, healthy hair starts with the care you take of your hair in between your visits to your stylist. When you go to your stylist, that's a one-time treatment that you're getting, possibly every 2 weeks, maybe once every 10 days, maybe once a month. So you can't let that regimen, you can't let that be your entire regimen. Most of your hair care is going to begin at home. So you are not going to be able to do nothing to your hair and leave it up to your stylist to totally save your hair. That's not how it works. That's not how we achieve healthy hair. Think about the cycle that you go through. Think about when you're a kid and all you do to all your mom or your grandma or your auntie does to your hair is they plait it up. They make sure it's moisturized. They may put a barrette on the end or not and let it go. And if you think back, that is when your hair was at its healthiest, it was its thickest, it was the shiniest, and it was the most controlled. There was no chemical on your hair at that point. There was no there, you weren't doing all types of different styles with your hair. You weren't adding all those extra extensions into your hair. That was the healthiest time of your hair. But think about it, as a kid, you didn't go to the stylist, the your hairstylist every week. Your mom actually put moisturizer on your hair and twist it up. And a lot of times you wore that style for 2 to 3 days, which made your hair very low maintenance, but it also kept it healthy because you were not manipulating that hair all the time. And then as you got older, as you'll notice with your teenagers, as you begin to experiment with color and relaxers and things of that nature, you begin to lose that texture of your hair. You begin to lose the thickness of your hair, and your hair becomes limp, it becomes weak, and ultimately it starts to break. And then you seem to have a shorter length on your hair. Your hair is never as healthy as it is when you are a kid. And you have to start thinking about, why is that? Well, one of the reasons that is because of the major manipulation that we do to our hair once we get older. Just trying to change it into different styles and do different things with it. We put different chemicals on it. We definitely experiment with color. And if we're doing it ourselves, there is a lot about color that you do not know if you are not a professional. But I have also seen people that have went to a professional and have still had their hair damaged by putting color on it. So that is one thing I want you to keep in mind, is that you are ultimately the number one expert about your hair, and that your hair care needs to start at home, and you need to go back to some of those remedies that you used when you were a kid and when your hair was at its healthiest. And second, I want to go over the fact that healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. A lot of times we just see this hair on the outside, and that's the only part we take care of. But in reality, healthy hair starts with your body. It starts with the inside out. It's the same with your skin. If you are not eating the right foods, if you do not have a balanced diet, if you do not have a healthy diet, it is going to be very hard for you to produce healthy hair. So you're going to want to make sure that your nutrition that you're taking into your body is it contains whole foods. You're going to want to make sure that you're getting enough water in your body, and then taking care of your hair on the outside as well. When we take care of our hair, we tend to put things on our hair that'll work for the style that we want in our hair. But what we fail to realize is that there are nutrients that you need to put in your body, and there are nutrients that you need to put in your hair. But instead of focusing so much on the outside of our hair, we need to focus more on the scalp and also the nutrients that we're putting inside of our body. And I think we will begin to see a difference in our hair growth. A lot of us use protective styles, and I spoke on this before. Yes, protective styles are good. It helps our hair stay gathered together, and it gives your hair a rest. However, that is not the only way to grow your hair. And a lot of times we overdo our protective style methods, and in turn it has a negative effect on our hair instead of a positive. So just a little of what I wanted to tell you guys about. So let me just recap, so you know that a couple things. There is a lot of misinformation on our products, things that are out here. Make sure that is not your only source of how to take care of your hair. The misinformation is on the products. Second, I want you to remember that your hair is absolutely different. Your hair is different when you have natural hair, and it's naturally curly, it's naturally kinky, it's naturally wavy. Our hair is simply different. The makeup is different. It's going to require a different set of products and a little bit more time and maintenance to maintain. Another thing I want you guys to remember is you are the first line of expertise where your hair is concerned. No one knows your hair better than you, not even your hairstylist. Three, I want you to understand that hair care begins at home. And the care you take of your hair in between your visits to the stylist are most important. And lastly, the health of your hair begins with the health of yourself, your nutrition, and what you put into your body, and the health and a healthy scalp. This is where the strands of hair grow. And if you are not taking care of your body, then you cannot be upset when you have unhealthy hair. Now, I'm going to put in the chat here a website that anyone is able to check out. I began my natural hair journey probably 10 years ago, but I wore my hair in a fade. I wore it so low. And until recently, about a year and a half ago, I began locking my hair up. So I am in love with my locks as of today. And this is ultimately the healthiest my hair has ever been in my life. And I absolutely love it. I spent years putting chemicals on my hair, putting color on my hair. I spent years putting extensions in my hair, and just all of that manipulating and switching up of my hair never gave me the healthy hair that I have today. So I urge everyone to take a second look at your hair. Begin to have pride in your natural hair and it in its natural state. Don't be discouraged by the things that you see on products and hair that you see on others. Don't be discouraged. Just be your authentic self and learn to work with your hair natural as it is. like I said before, I'm going to put in the comments a website, and this is just of whole food nutrition that I want you guys to take a strong look at, because it's one of the best supplements that I found that I could put into my body, and it has given my hair amazing growth. Same for my nails, and same for my skin. So I'm going to add that to the chat, and you guys feel free to check that out. I'll also put it in the comments, so you guys will be able to check that out as well. We know in this day and age that our nutrition is failing. We live in a time where what we put in our body is not what we were putting in our body even 20 years ago. If you have an apple a day, that no longer keeps the doctor away. The nutrition that is in the fruits and vegetables today is nothing compared to what it was 20, even 40 years ago. The nutritional value has just simply decreased. So you can ultimately be eating all the right foods and still not be getting the adequate nutrition for your body. And that can ultimately have your hair and your nails and your skin suffering because of it. So don't be afraid to get a supplement and put that in your body, and do like you would do with anything else. Do it consistently, because consistency is the key to healthy skin, healthy nails, and healthy hair. So I want to thank you guys for joining me here on my Fact Friday. Again, I'm going to put all the information in the chat so you'll be able to reach out to me. Make sure you guys check out www.thebodyemporium.org. Thank you so much for following me on the Body Emporium page. Make sure you guys like and share this video. Also on my Instagram, I am at Woman Warrior on my Instagram, and also the Body Emporium page. So thank you so much, guys, for following me, and I will get that information to you. And guys, if anyone has any questions, feel free to DM me, send me a message. You can reach out to me at my email. That's bodyemporium@yahoo.com. If there is a topic you guys would be interested in seeing here on my Fact Friday, I would absolutely love to share that with you. So thank you guys for joining me again. Make sure to check out the website, and I will see you guys again next Friday. Thank you.